welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today I've got 3 easy DIYs to share with you using a terracotta pot, a wooden ball, and some supplies that you probably already have. So if you want to know how to make them, stick around. I'll show you how. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Right, Maxwell? Okay, for all of these, we're going to start with a flower pot that measures 2.5 inches in diameter at the top. And then we're going to take a wooden ball that measures 2 inches and then a little ring that measures 1.25. And I'll give you the link for all these. Next, I'm going to go ahead and draw my penguin's face on here. I'm just going to go around with a pencil and I'm just kind of making kind of a heart shape to start the face. Now, I will go back here in a minute and add down to the middle, but I'm going to do that when I start painting. So just kind of create a heart and then go all the way down and just kind of curve the bottom of it around. Go ahead and place my ball on top and I'm going to follow that same line where the end of the head starts and go ahead and curve around to make the front part of the tuxedo body. And then I'm just going to close it in at the bottom. And then everything that is not in the center, I'm going to paint black all around the outside. So leave the parts that you just drew in the center open because we're going to paint them white. And on the black, it only took 1 coat. Same thing with the face. You're going to color everything black outside of the inside of the face that you drew. Then to give it more of a peak right down the center, I'm just coming down about 1/2 inch and making another little peak area for the front to put the eyes on both sides of. And then I'm painting my ring black just like I did the flower pot and the head. Rest of the unpainted areas, I'm going to go back in and paint with white chalk paint. Now, if you take your finger and put it against the ball or against something, this gives you some stability to be able to paint a little bit smoother lines without having to go outside the lines. The eyes, I'm just going to take a pencil and I'm going to just do 2 oval shapes. And then I'm going to fill these in with black paint. And I'm just using a black acrylic paint. Just kind of get them oval shaped and then put a little dot of paint of white right at the top part, just kind of a little small oval on both sides. For the beak, I'm just going to take a triangle shape, upside down triangle shape, and I'm going to curve the bottom of it. And then I'm just painting in with some pumpkin colored orange paint. Okay, next I'm just going to draw his little feet in. I'm just going to put them right in the front. And then I'm kind of putting them close together. And I'm painting them the same color as I did the beak, and it took about 3 coats to get this completely where you didn't see any of the black behind it. And then I took a Sharpie and I'm just drawing a little line where the beak goes just to kind of give a little separation between it. To give him some wings, I'm just taking some craft foam, folding it in half, and I'm just going to take 2 wings out of this, kind of making a long leaf shape. And then we're going to cut it out, probably end up being about 2.5 inches. You can measure against your flower pot how long you want it to be. And then we're just going to attach it on both sides. To assemble our penguin, we're going to take some E6000 glue and go all the way around the ledge of this flower pot. And then we're going to come back in with some hot glue too, just to make it stay in place until it dries. Just make sure you do get it all the way around the ledge. Come back in with your hot glue, put the same amount on that. And then we're going to attach our wings first and then our ring on top of that. So put your wings first and then push your ring down and hold it down until that hot glue dries. To attach the head, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put E6000 glue right around the edge of the ring. And then we're going to put hot glue on top of that. And then we're going to push our little ball head down right into the center. Just make sure that it is facing forward when you push that on. And then let that dry. Cover up the ring around the neck. I'm just taking a black and white checked ribbon and I'm going to tie it in the front, kind of onto the side, and I'm going to tie it into a bow. This will cover up that ring and any kind of glue that you see underneath it. For his hat, I'm taking a piece of fabric that measures 7 inches by 4 inches, and I'm going to glue down the short side and fold my fabric over together. Then after that dries, I'm going to go ahead and turn it right side out. And I'm going to make about a 3/4 inch cuff at the bottom. And then to give it a little bit of fringe, I'm going to cut 1/2 inch slits all the way across. They're about 1/2 inch deep and about a 1/4 inch wide apart. Okay, then I'm pulling it over the top part of his head, and I'm going to take a ribbon and tie it around the top to draw all that in, and then just tie that into a bow. Take some glue and go all the way around the top part of the hat and the back part of the hat and glue that to the head. All right, that one was pretty simple. Okay, I think this little guy turned out super cute. Let me know what you think in the comments. This next one, I'm using the same flower pot, ring, and ball, and I'm painting them bright white. And then I'm just going to freehand in his face. I'm going to start with his nose, just make a big oval, and then put his eyes right on top of that. And just kind of separate them just a little bit. And then I'm just going to draw in the little black pupil, just right down the sides. And then I'm taking a marker to go ahead and draw it in. That's all you need to do because it is already white, so the white part of his eye is already part of the ball. And then for the mouth, I'm just drawing a little U shape for a smile, and then I'm coming down at the bottom to draw an open part so his mouth is open. And then I painted the nose with a pumpkin colored orange. And then for the inside of his mouth, I'm going to paint that with a red crimson chalk paint. And then for buttons for the front of him, I'm just drawing 3 round circles and coloring them in black. And I'm just using a Sharpie on this. And then I'm going to put some little dots on it with a little stylus to make it look like buttons. The arms, I'm just going to draw some little sticks for his arms, and then I'm going to draw a little mitten attached to it. And then I'm just painting those in with that same crimson red paint that I did the mouth with. You're assembling this just like you did the penguin, so we're going to glue the ring to the top part of the flower pot and the ball to the top part of the ring. Just make sure that your face is facing forward and that your body's lined up. Okay, to dress him up, I'm taking a piece of fabric that measures 6 by 6. I'm going to fold it into a triangle, and then I'm going to cut off about 1.5 inches off the bottom. Then roll it up till it's about 1/2 inch wide and glue that together. Fold it in half, and we're going to come from one side to the other side, and we're going to crisscross it over the side of his neck. And that way that'll cover up that ring too. And just go ahead and glue it down the front part, and then glue the back part in as well, and then just crisscross them and glue them in. Attaching a little black hat I got at Hobby Lobby, and I'm just gluing it right around the edge. And these are in the Christmas section. It's called a snowman hat. And then to give it a little decor, I'm putting a little bit of greenery with a little bit of red berries, and I'm going to attach it to the top part of the brim of the hat. All right, he was pretty easy. All right, this one was super simple. I think he turned out so cute. Let me know what you think. Hey, be sure and give me a thumbs up because it really does help my channel. And if you made it this far into the video, leave a comment below, #joy. Okay, for this last one, I'm going to use a warm brown and a chestnut paint, and I'm going to mix them together half and half just to get a gingerbread color that I'm trying to get. If you have a gingerbread paint color, use what you have, and then just mix them together using the same flower pot, the same ring, the same ball, and I'm painting them all that same color. Okay, and then to give the little rick-rack look around the bottom, I'm just taking a chalk pen and just kind of going all the way around the bottom to give it the little gingerbread look. For the face, I'm just going to freehand in a little face with my pencil. I would recommend doing this always. Start with a pencil and then you can go back over it with a Sharpie. And then I'm just outlining all of it with a Sharpie, and I'm going to go back in and I'm going to paint it in. Now the black area that I'm coloring in with the Sharpie, I am going to go back in with a paint and paint that in darker. And then I'm taking some white to go down into the bottom part of the eye. On both sides exactly the same. Then I'm going to use a stylus to add a couple little dots. And you could use the end of a paintbrush to do the same thing. Then I'm adding a couple little eyelashes with a real fine point Sharpie. Next, I'm going to go ahead and draw my nose in and my mouth in, and I'm going to give him kind of a similar mouth as I did the snowman. And I'm going to color both the nose and the mouth in with the same red crimson paint I used on the other one. And I'm going to take that same chalk pen and I'm just going to go all the way around his face, kind of in some swirly shapes. Hands, I'm taking two little 1/2-inch beads. These are just two little 1/2-inch round balls, and I'm going to paint them that same terracotta color. And then I'm going to take that chalk pen and I'm going to go right through the center of it to make some little swirlies just like I did on the face. Okay, for the little gumdrops for the front part of his body, I'm just taking some red paint and I'm just doing some little circles, 3 little circles. For those have dried, I'm just outlining those with a black Sharpie. Assemble it, you're going to assemble it exactly like you did the other two. To attach the arms, I'm just coming down about 1 inch from the top part of that ring, and I'm going to use the E6000 glue and hot glue to attach these. And I know some people ask why you use both glue. The E6000 glue is for more permanent. The hot glue is just to hold it in place until that other E6000 glue dries. Hat, I'm taking a 5.5-inch plastic plate and I'm cutting about 1 inch around that. Now you can use any kind of bowl or any kind of shape, but it ends up being about 6.5 inches in diameter. This was just an easier way for me to cut it out. It doesn't have to be perfect. Hat band, I'm taking a 7-inch piece of fabric by 2 inches and I'm going to glue down the 7-inch side and fold that over. Now I'm just using fleece on this hat. Both pieces are just fleece. You do want to use something that does stretch. To turn it right side out, I'm just taking a safety pin, attaching it at one end and then dragging it through the other end. This is an easy way to turn this right side out, and since it is a stretchy material, it works really well. Okay, then I'm just wrapping it around the head to kind of see how big I need this to be, and then I am trimming this off. So it's a little bit long, so I am trimming it to about 6 inches. Okay, then I'm just going to wrap it around again, figure out where I need to overlap, and I'm going to glue that shut. Okay, and then for the top part of the hat, I'm going to take some needle and thread, and I'm just going to stitch around 1/4-inch stitches all the way around so I can draw this up. Just go ahead and stitch from one side to the other all the way around it, and then it'll draw up into a circle. You just want it drawn up enough so you can put it inside of that ring, and then tie that part off, and we're going to glue this in. I'm going to start by gluing the back end first, and then I'm going to glue the front side in. And then I'll start putting the rest of it up inside of here and then just glue it all the way in. Okay, then just pull it right over the top part of the head, pulling it down into the back. And then we're going to start gluing this in. And I got it kind of tilted a little bit to the left. And just like the snowman, I took a 6x6 square of fabric, folded it over, and I'm just rolling it up. And I cut about the same amount off, about 1.5 inches off of that. And then we're attaching this exactly like we did on the snowman. Just coming from the side and then overlapping it on the opposite side. Okay, just go ahead and glue it to the front part. Then we're gluing it to the back, and we're going to pull the other piece to the front and glue it forward. To dress up the hat a little bit, I'm just taking some red rickrack and I'm going all the way around the brim. And then I'm just going to add a little pink heart right to the front. Okay, look how cute she is. Okay, that one was super easy, but I think it turned out so cute. Let me know what you think. Okay, and that's all of them together. Look how cute they look together. Okay, all of these were easy today, and I think they turned out so adorable. Let me know what you think. If you like these kind of videos, be sure and give me a like, subscribe, and ring that bell to be notified when I have a new video upload. Thank y'all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And if nobody's told you today, you're awesome. See you next time. Thanks for watching.